Hello everyone, it is Tatum here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to a vlogging setup video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all of the supplies that I use to record YouTube videos and what I use the most. If you're watching this video, that means I am in college. I am officially a freshman, which is super exciting and terrifying and everything all at the same time. I promise you the dorm room tour is coming, move-in weekend is coming, all the videos are coming soon, so just stay tuned. But I wanted to get this video to you because I get all sorts of questions about the stuff that I use to vlog, and I love getting questions about my camera, so I figured I'd just make a whole video about it. So first, we're going to get into what cameras I use to record my YouTube videos. First camera that I'm going to show you is actually just my phone. And then when I talk about my camera that I'm recording on right now, we will do a switch. This is the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. My room's a mess right now. I'll put this clip in, it's so funny. My room's actually a mess because I'm packing. But usually this camera is actually really good for like the picture's really good. The sound isn't as great, especially if there's a lot of background noise going on. It's not as isolating as my camera is, but you know, in a pinch or if I'm in a spot where like pulling out the camera isn't that appropriate, I'm gonna vlog on my phone. I've been doing it for years too. I've been using my phone for years. So if you think like I cannot start a YouTube channel with just a phone, yes you can. Literally, yes you can. That's what I've been using for years. It wasn't until recently that my brother got this camera for me for Christmas. So start with your phone, honestly. The main camera right here is a 50 megapixel and the front camera is a 13 megapixel. I use both. When I talk about cameras, like I'm not really good with the actual specs of them. I just talk about the features that I like. So when I start talking about my DJI Pocket, like I'll get into what I like and don't like about it. But as far as like megapixels and things like that, like I always ask my brother, like, hey, which one of these is better? Which one of these, like, because he's like really good at that stuff. I'm not. I'm really not the camera nerd here. He is. The second thing we're going to be talking about is actually the case that I have for my DJI Pocket 2. This is the SMA case, it says, but it's just a carrying case that I bought off of Amazon. It is currently $18.99. I bought it for, I believe, $13.99. I don't think it was that expensive, but I really like it because it holds the charger, it holds SD cards, I have a little lens wipe in here, and it holds the entire camera sleeve like this. Just fits right in here, and it's hard. So I'm not, like, if I drop this, I know that my camera is protected, and it has the wrist strap. So if you get a DJI Pocket, definitely look into a hard shell carrying case like this, because the case that the camera comes with is just this shell and it's not very protective. So definitely look into an actual hard case like this. Highly recommend. Love it. This is what I put it in if I'm putting it away or if I'm putting it in my bag. Not if I'm like in between clips. If I'm in between clips, I'll just put it in here. So now we're actually going to switch cameras so I can talk about the camera that I'm recording with right now. So you guys are going to be on my phone for a second. I just realized that my phone doesn't fit in my tripod anymore because I just got a new phone. So this is like a really different angle completely, and it looks a lot different. I'm filming using the front camera, so this is the 13 megapixel. It's not bad, but I like seeing myself when I film. So I will sacrifice quality for the viewfinder. This is the DJI Pocket 2. The Pocket 3 did just come out, so do not be fooled, but this is the Pocket 2. It's beautiful. I love it. I love this camera so much. Why do I love it, you ask? Because it's so small, and it's not attention seeking in the sense, like, I didn't want a super huge camera to carry around. I wanted something that was little and light, and this was, I mean, in terms of vlogging cameras, this was rather budget friendly, and the price did drop. The Pocket 3 was announced just a little bit after I got this, so they did drop the price on this one. I think it's around $300 now. Let me just give you some quick facts about it. It has HDR video, 65 megapixel photo, 3.0 active tracking, 4K, 60 FPS video. I don't know what any of that means, I'm gonna be honest, but one of my favorite features, okay, it can flip around. Very nice. It's hard to see. One second, let me see if I can. It's just because it's all black, but you've seen that, okay. One of my favorite features has to be the active tracking, so let me see if I can get this on camera for you guys. So if I tap myself twice, I'm locked on, and then if I move, the camera moves with me. Like, it's moving to follow me, which, if you're a vlogger, is honestly one of the most convenient features ever. Like, I didn't think that I'd use it that much when I was like active tracking, but I'm like, active tracking, yes. I love it. I love this camera. It's amazing. It's so light, and the wrist strap has come in handy so much. But yeah, and then it just goes night night. The one thing that is kind of annoying is that, like, it doesn't have a speaker on it, so you can record yourself on it. Obviously it has microphones, but when you go to play back the video, you can't hear it, so you don't know if it's getting good sound unless you hook it up to, say, your laptop through the SD card, or it can plug into Apple products such as an iPad or an iPhone. Don't be fooled. The Amazon listing for this said that it is compatible with Android. It is not. The SD card, like, if you take out the SD card, you can plug that into any device, but to plug it in, like, here, let me actually show you what I'm talking about. So it comes with these little prongy things, right? And then I love how I'm being so non-techy. Slide this out. You slide that out, and then you can slide this in, and now you can just plug the camera directly into an Apple product, and all the files will be there. So yeah, it's convenient for, I'm sure, somebody, but it's not convenient for me, so I don't use it. Next, we are going to be talking about the tripods that I use. So the tripod that I have been actually using the most for my DJI Pocket is a super long, just black tripod that I got. It also has a ring light attachment. I never use the ring light. It also has a phone attachment. I used this at one point in time, but since I started filming mostly on a camera, I don't use it anymore, so I just took it off. But yeah, I just literally screw the camera on here. Never use the ring light, because that's how the ring light attaches, is actually through the same holder that the camera does. So this ring light has pretty much become obsolete. But yeah, I love this tripod. It was cheap. I think it was maybe $10, but it's done me pretty good over the years. I also have this one, which odds are, if I need a light source, this is what I'm using, because the light is small, so it doesn't give you like the ring of death. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like when someone has a ring light plugged in and you can like see the light like in a circle. This doesn't do that, just because the light source is small enough, and it gives more of like an ambient glow. It also has the phone holder. I've used it before, just not as much anymore. So this more so is a ring light more than a tripod for me. All of these things came with like Bluetooth functions. I will say I never set it up. Never set it up. Never. Sure, there's an app. Everything has an app these days. I don't know. I never did it. This thing, this little guy has come in clutch so many times. I love this one. It has the phone that I just tried to use that I learned my new phone's too big for. So obsolete now, I guess. But this is nice. If I need my camera to be taller or more balanced, I just hook it onto this and I use it kind of like a selfie stick, if I need to, or if I just need it to be more stabilized. Like right now, you're just standing up. Like, you're fine. You're on a book right now. You're tall. You're fine. But if I need you to be more stabilized, then I just put you on this handy dandy little tripod and you're good to go. Next up is lighting. Like I mentioned, the ring light, never use it. The small ring light, most often I use it. Then this thing I found in my dresser drawer, and I'm like, wait a minute, why haven't I been using this? It's a little clip. I bought this for my TikTok days, okay, and it clips on, but I'm like, I could use it more often, like if I just clip it onto something while I'm filming, you know, because it's there, it's rechargeable, and it probably wouldn't give me the ring. Maybe. There's not a yellow mode. I don't like the white LEDs, really. I don't. I like when they have a yellow mode because my overhead lighting is mostly yellow anyway, so I like it to match. But if you hear my cat, he's vibing. Danny says hi. Out of lighting, this one that clips onto stuff is the one I use the most. And I bought it off of Amazon. I'll see if I can try to find a link to most of this stuff, but I gotta be honest, I bought this stuff years ago. It's been years at this point. I've been doing YouTube for nearly 5 years now. 5 years? 4 years. 4. So, it's been a while. But if I can't find the exact, I'll say that, and I'll say it's similar, so, like, you can't get mad at me, okay? Now we're gonna talk about microphones, which I'm gonna have to switch back to my phone to test with you. Because DJI uses, like, Bluetooth ones, and I don't have Bluetooth ones. I just bought ones for my phone, which is perfect because I like have a podcast, and I don't need the Bluetooth capabilities. I just need... Anyway, I'm rambling. My bad. So, a really, really long time ago, my brother bought me this $8 little lapel microphone that just had the microphone jack. I think it was $8 when he bought it for me. It's lost its little poof ball in the end. I lost it at one point in time recently, and I was so upset because that meant I couldn't record a podcast episode. And so my dad bought me a new mic set. But then I found this in a really, really obvious spot too. But this has been with me through thick and thin. It's years old at this point, but you just hook it. I hook it right here. You're supposed to, like, put the wire under your shirt and everything, but, like, nobody sees me when I podcast. At least not then. Now it's a video podcast, so it's different, but this mic is solid, and I will test it on my phone. Give me just 1 second. But the new mics that I just got are actually 2 of them, so this you plug into your phone, and then each person gets one of these, and you clip it, and now you each have a mic. I love it. It's great. So let's test them out. I'm gonna plug in the Bluetooth mic first. This is what we sound like with a mic now. I'm getting sick too, which really sucks, because I have like a week until I move into college and I really need it to go away. But leave it up to me to get sick right before moving. Yeah, so here's the Bluetooth mics. They're currently $16 on Amazon, or at least they are at the time that I am recording this. By the way, nothing in this video is sponsored or endorsed by me. None of the links down below are affiliate links. It's just me sending you the products. So unlike the mics, this plugs into the headphone jacks. The other one plugged into the charging port. So this one's actually kind of nice because there were a lot of times where I would podcast while also charging my phone. I was a machine back in the day. What can I say? I'm actually thinking about recording a podcast episode tonight, maybe. I also need to call my roommate tonight, maybe. So I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to be talking about just the random extra stuff now. What do I use as an SD card? I'm glad you asked. I use SanDisk Ultra. I use the 256 gigabyte SD cards. This SD card I was like so certain was about to run out of space. And now looking at it, it's like, it's literally fine. I didn't need to buy a new one. Like, I rushed to the store to buy a new one because it was almost out. And no, it's not. It's literally, no, it's fine. I use my MacBook Air M1 chip for editing. It does fine. I will say the editor that I use has just changed because I used this free editor just called VN Video Editor, and I loved it. It was actually really simple to use, really easy. It had a lot of really good music on there for the vlogs. It was solid. And then my brother was like trying to get me to use LumaFusion because that's what he used, but I was like, it was $30. And I was like, I don't know if I can spend $30 on an editor. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna like, right? But then we learned something about video, like the VN video editor. It was taking all of the video clips from my videos that I was putting on there, and it was storing them as system data on my MacBook. It was literally almost 200 gigabytes of video clips that it was just putting in like some random, like if I would search MP4 in my Finder, the video clips wouldn't pop up. So I couldn't delete them. But then my brother had to like go in and do something crazy, and he was able to find them, and he's like, why are there so many video clips here? And I'm like, that is literally I've had this MacBook for like a year, and it's literally since I started editing on my MacBook using that video editor, it's the entire, like all of my YouTube videos in video clips. Because how we found that out was I had almost 200 gigabytes of system data, and your system data is only supposed to be like under 20. Like if you have a MacBook, it's supposed to be like under 20. And it was almost 200, and we couldn't figure out why, for the longest time. And I was so close to just factory resetting it because I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I start college at that point. It was like maybe 3 weeks, and I'm like, I can't have a MacBook that's not like working properly. Like, so I was just like factory reset it. And then we finally figured out that this video editor was storing a bunch of files that it just wasn't supposed to be in a spot that we couldn't find them originally. So, yeah. Anyway, I bought LumaFusion for $30, and I just started using it. I'm still getting used to it. I would say it's pretty decent, especially if you use multiple camera angles. Like, I hear that's really good on it. I haven't tested it out yet, but our smoke detector is going off. But yeah, so I am currently still learning LumaFusion. If you see some choppiness in my videos, I'm working on it. I'm learning it. I'm trying to figure out transitions and different things as I go. It's a little bit more technical of an editor. VN was a little bit easier, and there was a lot of like apply all buttons, so I could just do one thing and then just be like apply all, and it was so convenient. But LumaFusion is a little bit harder. It's a little bit more techy, and I'm still learning it, so please grant me some grace. But I just wanted to tell you about that whole system data thing, because I'm like, I recommended that editor for so long because I thought it was so good, and then it was just storing a bunch of data on my MacBook. It's like, what? Crazy. That's what that is. So the last segment that I wanted to tell you was what I use the most. So for podcasting, I use those little Bluetooth lapel microphones the most. For podcasting, I use those Bluetooth lapel microphones the most with my phone. For vlogging, I use my phone and my DJI Pocket 2. The Pocket 2 I use the most, definitely, though. I use my little small tripod the most with it. This guy right here. And for lighting, I use this the most, but I don't use lighting that much. I try to use natural light, or I'll use my big light before I break out one of those light sources, just because they're inconvenient, honestly. Yeah, so I think that concludes all of my vlogging supplies that I pretty much like have ever used. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was beneficial to you at all. Let me know like what your go-to supplies are for vlogging. If you use the same kind of camera as me, like what's your favorite accessories for it? Let me know. Chat with me in the comments. I will supply as many links as I can in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys soon.